Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a very special mini-series that I'm going to be running on the Rocketcraft server, where I'm going to attempt to survive in the Nether for as long as possible, but not only survive, we're going to try and thrive. We're going to see how far we can get and progress in the Nether. Now, I'm sure you all know that a lot of people are not impressed with the loot in the bastions. They are absolutely terrible. Just why would you bother? I mean, look, for example, this is the sort of rubbish that you could expect to find in a treasure bastion, one of the hardest ones to crack. So I don't know why, but on Bedrock, it's not the case on Java, but on Bedrock you can expect to find heavily damaged diamond gear that has some odd, fairly mediocre enchantments on them. And why? Why do we have to put up with heavily damaged diamond gear like this and Java doesn't? Like, it just makes no sense. So in the name of parity, I have taken it upon myself to make my own resource pack that improves, or should we say fix? I'm going to fix the loot in the bastions. So thanks to Foxy Notail, who has started a tutorial series on how to make your own add-ons. I've been following the first couple of episodes. It's very helpful and makes sense, and yeah. So I've come back into my bastion before I go. Like, I know this looks like the insides of a bastion, but it's actually my pyramid. And yeah, we're gonna chuck this crap because it's just worthless. So we're gonna go investigate some newly improved bastions over the course of this series and see if, using the tweaks that I've made to the loot tables in those chests in there, if we can actually survive in the Nether. So we're going to hop through this portal. Wish me luck, because we're going for a long journey somewhere miles away, and you know, I'm hoping that we're going to come back in one piece. But what we'll do, we'll hop on over to Chunk Base quickly, and I'll show you exactly where we're headed in our Nether. It is about 5,000 blocks due south, where I don't think anyone will have ever been before. And as you can see, we're kind of on the edge of a Crimson Forest and a Soul Sand Valley, and there's a treasure bastion not far away, so we'll be able to loot that fairly quickly and investigate the contents. There's a few fortresses that are a little way away, but we should be able to get there. They're about 1,000 blocks away, and there's a few ruin portals. They're not anything spectacular, to be honest, but so all I've tweaked is the loot table for the bastions. So the various different bastions, there's 4 different types, have now got much improved loot, but not like, I've not gone like too far the other way and made them like ridiculously OP, but I've made it so that you could actually legitimately progress through the game, be able to get enchantments, etc, etc in the Nether now. So this is going to be the challenge of this series here. Can we survive the Nether from scratch? So yeah, here we are. We are 5,000 blocks due south, and yeah, like I say, we are in a Crimson Forest, and I do not like the look of that piglin in the background. We're on hard. We are naked. That guy will wreck my world in 2 hits with that gold sword. So we need to be very, very careful. And obviously, you know, we're going to have to punch a tree or two. Well, it's not really a tree, is it? It's a giant mushroom, but we're going to have to punch these things and get some wood and get some wooden tools and a crafting table and all the usual beginner stuff. You know how it goes. We'll make some sticks, slap down the crafting table and make some tools. We need a sword to defend ourselves and a pick as a matter of urgency. The other stuff can wait, to be honest. No, actually, I can leave that there because we're kind of in a nice position here. Right, I am going to have to deal with that piglin. Where did he go? Oh, some blackstone. That's very handy. I will definitely be helping myself to that, because the sooner you can get some blackstone and get some stone tools on the go, the better. Where did that piglin go? He's somewhere around here. Oh, there he is. He's very angry with me because, of course, I don't have any gold armour on. And fortunately, the magma block there helped me out a little bit. That gave him a bit of extra damage. So what we're going to do, we're going to use up every last little bit of durability on these 2 wooden picks, and we're going to mine out as much of this blackstone as we possibly can, because that's pretty much going to be a staple for the early part of this series, is stone tools, I'm afraid. Swords and axes and hoes and pickaxes, all made of stone, because that's about the only thing you can get out here. There is iron, there is diamonds, but they are quite rare. But obviously, if you go and loot some bastions, you're going to be able to find some, and it's kind of like a little progression tree in a way. Right, so now that we've mined up all of that blackstone, we've got plenty here, about a stack and a quarter-ish, so we can make a couple of chests. We'll make a sword, because the sword has much more damage than the wooden sword. Oddly, the stone sword even has better attack than a gold sword, which I didn't really know, but let's not question it, let's just go with it. So I'm going to try and sort of tell you like what I'm doing as I'm going, and explain everything, because you know food is very important, and there's scant food in the Nether. There's not much to eat. You've got two choices really. It's going to be mushroom stew or pork chops. And here we go, we found our first gold over here as well. So gold is very, very important when you're doing a Nether only playthrough, because the piglins will attack you on sight if you're not wearing at least one piece of gold armor, and you need a lot of gold to be able to do some bartering with them, because you throw them a gold ingot and they will throw you something in return. It might be something really useful, it might be something terrible, but most of them, I'd say the majority of the things that they can give you will aid you in some way, shape or form in a challenge like this. So we need to get as much gold as possible so that we can at least make some sort of gold armor. Doesn't matter what type. I'm just looking around for gold here, but oh, there's an enderman lurking down there. I'm tempted to try my luck and see if I can get a cheeky early ender pearl from this guy. I know I'm naked, but don't worry, I've got a plan. We're gonna dig into this here. Endermen are very important because magma blocks, because they often can pick up like the crimson and warp nylium, and without silk touch you don't have a chance of getting those blocks. And I know you can bone meal them when they're on adjacent blocks, but if you want to build like some sort of farm from scratch that needs one of those blocks up there, then you can't get it without silk touch. And there will be a way to get silk touch in this, which you will find out soon enough. But for the meantime, we've nearly got enough gold to make at least a pair of boots so that the piglins won't attack us on sight. But we need to clear out a little area here and make some sort of shelter, somewhere to call home while we're doing our little Nether survival series. But we also need a load of netherrack, and that netherrack is going to be so that we can build a little bridge to link us to this other bit of land over here. Obviously, as you know, in the Nether there's lava everywhere, huge lava lakes, and sort of everything's not connected. Nothing is straightforward when you're trying to get from one place to another in the Nether. Like you've got a bridge or tunnel or something, you know, it's not easy. So now we could be in mortal danger, because there could be hoglins over here, which are those giant warthog things which are very angry, and again they will wreck you in a few hits on hard when you're naked. So I've got to be very careful, very, very careful. And of course the piglins are roaming around in these crimson forests as well. There's a few over there, so I'm gonna have to play this very careful. I know that doesn't look like the most sensible path to go, but I really cannot go anywhere near those guys, because like I say, they will just attack me on sight and it won't take much. And at this point I do not have any food either, so I can't regenerate my health yet. So we need to find some mushrooms or something as a matter of priority, or you know, or if we can kill a hoglin without taking too much damage, we can hopefully get some pork chops and cook them somehow. So I'm just going to build a little netherrack bridge. Like you'll never like find that block placing is as important as it is in the Nether. Like placing blocks will save your life. If you can jump up onto like a little 3 high column, you can avoid hoglins. You'll need it to like bridge across various places. So yeah, having a plentiful supply of blocks on you is going to be very handy. So we're going to take a quick detour this way and try and see if we can get away from the piglins. See if we can find some mushrooms over here in this Soul Sand Valley. Yes, here we go.
Mushrooms!
Right, so now I've got a ghast after me, and I tried to put out the fire as I'm going, but of course, yeah, I've derped and walked through it. So yeah, this is going really peaked on really quickly. But yeah, here we go. We've got the red mushrooms as well. That's the other type of mushroom. You need 2 types of mushroom to make a mushroom stew. You can't just have the brown ones on their own. You need the brown and the red. And oh no, I've got a skeleton after me. Right, let's quickly make this mushroom stew and eat it. It gives you like 3 like hunger pank things back, but oh, that is not enough. I need to take this guy on. Quick. No. Oh. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? Right, so let's get some more brown mushrooms, because that was where I fell short before. I only had 1 of those. Let's see if we can run back and get our gear. There's some gold there. We'll come back to that in a minute. Oh dear, the skeletons will have already clocked me again, but we've got our stuff back at least. So yeah, they're very angry with me. Let's see if we can take them down without dying this time, even though there's 2 of them. But oh, they're so annoying. Like when you're on the soul sand and you move slowly, skeletons are so obnoxious. But we survived that time. So we're gonna mine up this gold because, like I say, gold is incredibly important. You can't get enough gold in this game. If you see gold, you mine it. Unless of course there's piglins around, because they will become aggressive towards you if you are mining gold within the sort of detection range that they have. Any sort of gold block, nether gold ore, gilded blackstone, you name it. If it's gold and you're trying to mine that block, they will look for you and attack you. So you've got to be careful of your surroundings. So I'm just going to go around and collect as many mushrooms as I possibly can and as much gold as I possibly can, and hopefully we'll have enough to make some armour, like some better armour, and we'll be able to also maybe do a little bit of piglin bartering for some incredibly useful items as well, because there's a lot of things that we need from those guys, and they are the easiest way to get hold of them at this point in the game. So I'm just going to try and traverse this Soul Sand Valley. It's not the easiest place to eke out a living, but no, there's nothing useful there. I'm just looking for gold ore at this point, but I've spotted some bone blocks through here, so I'm going to help myself to those, because again, bone meal, it's not like the hardest thing to get in a nether only playthrough, but it's also, when you see a bone block like that, it's worth grabbing it. So and yeah, stone tools have really terrible durability. Like they do not last very long at all. So but on the way back, spotted some more nether gold, so of course we've got to collect it. Try and get as much as possible. Right, so we're on our way home, and there's some piglins over there, so we don't want to be tangling with those. But up the top there is a hoglin, and I think I'm going to have to take this guy head on with a sword, obviously. Now, they can fit through 1 wide blocks. They don't look like they can, but they can fit through 1 wide blocks gap. So you can't like try and just avoid them by like going through a narrow opening like that. And don't worry, I am going to try and improve this bridge as time goes on. We're going to put some sidebars on it to make it a bit safer, but I need a little bit of soul sand, which I forgot to pick up while we were in the Soul Sand Valley. But so to be able to cook those pork chops that I've just picked up, we're going to need to make a soul campfire. So let's just quickly get some gold armor on, any type, like probably the chest plate. I know that's using a lot of gold, but it's going to give me the most protection out of any of those armor pieces. So I think a chest plate would have been the best thing to do there. So what I'm going to do here, oh, and that's the other thing you've got to watch out for, is lava pockets in the walls there. That could be lethal at this point in the game where you're practically naked. Like if you burn in lava, you are a goner. So because obviously it slows you down a lot when you're trying to walk away from it. So you've got to have very quick reflexes and run away from it very quickly. So we'll just plug that gap up quickly. But what I'm actually trying to do in this little corner here is, you'll notice I've got a few mushrooms now that I've collected. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and cultivate those in some sort of little dark room here. We're going to make the most ghetto mushroom farm that you have ever seen in Minecraft. We're just literally going to plant a few mushrooms on the ground with a bit of a gap in between each one. You have to alternate each type so that they don't detect each other when they're attempting to grow. So you do it like red, brown, red, brown, red, brown, etc. So leaving like a bit of a gap around them for them to be able to grow onto the surrounding blocks. And that is a mushroom farm basically. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly go around, build up some walls around this thing here, and make it a little bit more homely, a little bit more protected. Whoops. And maybe even put a door on the front of it as well. So we've got a bit of gold here that I'm going to save for some piglin bartering in a moment. Right, so we need a bit more wood to make a door. So we're just going to grab some of this wood here. It's there's plenty of it, and we can always plant a few more, and with that bone meal that we've got, we can always grow a few more of these trees if we need to repopulate this area with some more of these giant mushroom things. And I'm going to take some of these shroom lights as well, because they're a nice light source, and at this point they're the only light source that I'm going to have that's sort of readily available. Right, so now that we've got some logs, we can turn those logs into sticks and then make a soul campfire using that soul sand, and that will actually enable us to be able to cook those pork chops that we've got. And I'm just weighing up the possibility of a gold sword, but it's actually, yeah, it's worse attack damage. The stone sword has better attack damage than the gold sword, so we'll forget that for now. We'll make a door, we'll make a few more planks and some chests and a spare crafting table for our adventures, and that will do for now. So let's go chuck this stuff away. We're already building up a nice collection of rubbish, but you know, most of it's useful in some way, shape or form. So let's slap this this campfire down here against the wall there, and let's get our pork chops and let's put them on the campfire and have a little cook up. Right, so yeah, the shroom lights, I'm going to whack a few of these on the ceiling just for a little bit of light in here, and we've got a door now, and I don't like the way that's sort of inset there, so I'm going to turn that around and place it from the outside, and I may even put a double door in at some point, but for now we'll just put one door there, and we'll have one door on our little mushroom store and then one door at the back of this place as well. But for now we'll start cooking up these pork chops, and yeah, they don't take too long. They take about 20 seconds to cook, which isn't too bad. And let's go check our... oh yes, that's such a good food source. That will give you like 3.5 or 4 hunger hanks back. So as you can see, our mushrooms have started to grow. So we've got a couple of brown ones there, no others yet. So, but it's one of those things that the more time you spend in an area, if you plant a few excess mushrooms, they will spread very sort of easily in the nether. So, right, this is me building up like the safety bars on the side of the bridge here, because again, it's very important. We don't want to be falling into lava, because that will be the worst thing in the world. Because if you fall in lava and lose all your stuff, you are really, really in trouble, basically. So, now, Mr. Piglin, I've got some gold for you. What have you got for me? Got to keep my eyes peeled for the hoglins while we're doing this. So, the Piglin bartering system is fairly good. I mean, it has been nerfed since it was first put in. They've changed it a little while ago, back in November, and they've taken a few things out of the possible trades and added a few other things in. So the fact that you can get blackstone now is very useful, and water bottles means that you could actually make your own brewing stand and possibly be able to make some different types of potion besides the fire resistance potions. Like, there you go, I just got a water bottle, so we can use that and combine it with like maybe a ghast tear or a blaze powder, or possibly even a glistering melon if we get lucky and find one of those in a ruined portal chest. So we can make some potions now, which is good. That was a fire resistance potion. Yes, that is going to be constantly on my hotbar, because if you fall into lava, like I say, you're a goner and you've lost everything. But if you can quickly drink that fire resistance potion, then you stand a chance at least. So that is going to be always on my hotbar, that fire resistance potion. And we've got some blackstone there as well, which is nice. We've got some leather as well, two different bits of leather, so we can make some boots. So we are going up in the world. And shall I make a helmet? I suppose I should, really. I need to have good armour rather than trading with this guy non-stop. So yeah, we'll leave it at that for the Piglin Trading for now. And while I was over here, I spotted this idiot here, sort of in between the lava, and so I thought I'd try and take him on before he, like, the fire goes out, and see if I can kill him while he was not. Yeah, because if he died while he was on fire, they would have been cooked for me. But hey ho, no leather, which is a shame. But leather's useful early game, but it's not that good once you can get some better armor. But I'm going to harvest a few of these mushrooms as well, because you can grow these into giant crimson trees, whatever they're called. But you can also feed hoglins with them and potentially breed them. It's not very easy, it's a bit dangerous. And magma cubes, one of the most annoying mobs in the Nether. We're going to be having a lot of fun with magma cubes in the next episode, but for now I'm hoping that was the only encounter we're going to have in this episode. So I've spotted a bit more gold, so of course I'm going to mine it. I would like to get some of that glowstone as well, so we can potentially make a respawn anchor once we've got a bit more piglin bartering done. So if I mine up all of this gold, we might be able to get, if we're lucky, we might be able to get 6 crying obsidian from a piglins and make a respawn anchor with the glowstone. So we're going to just carry on mining as much nether gold as we can, and then we've got 20 ingots now. So let's go see if we can get any crying obsidian from these guys. Obviously, hang on, we've got some hoglins here. That's some free food, hopefully, if we don't get beaten up by them. Come on, you're like one hit away from death. There we go. Oh, and we've got a bit of leather there as well. Nice, nice. Let's take this guy on as well. So I think when you see them, you've got to take them on, really, because A, they could sneak up on you, and B, they might despawn somewhere. So it's better to always try and attack them when you see them. And there's a little bit more gold here, so I'm going to try my best to get this without dying in lava. That's not going to be easy, but I've also got to check that the coast is clear, that there's no piglins nearby. There's one over there, so hopefully there's none in the vicinity, and they're not going to attack me for taking this stuff. They get very, very protective of their gold, they do. So we've got another hoglin over here. You're going to set yourself on fire? No, not quite. But you see, like, the damage that these things can do there. 3 hearts lost, and I've got armour on now. So, yeah, I made a bit of a meal of that one, but we got there in the end. So, let's have a quicker look around, and hopefully there's going to be some piglins over here, yes. And once you've traded with them, they don't seem to despawn either, which is handy. So let's just chuck a few gold ingots. Oh no, they've got a baby with them. Babies are really bad because they will pick up and take your gold, but they won't give anything in return. They'll just keep it. Ah yes, crying obsidian. Excellent. So hopefully we'll get enough crying obsidian here. Although that child there is going to really, really get in the way now. And I can't kill it because they'll obviously turn hostile on me. But he's going to keep stealing the gold. Unless I, like, very carefully just place it just in front of the other guys and hope that he doesn't wander over to it. Yes sir, I would like some crying obsidian, please. You can get the gold ingots back from that youngling by killing it. But obviously it's not recommended because the adults will end you. So I don't know what to do about that now. I'm probably just going to have to accept that I've lost at least a gold ingot to that youngling there. So we're gonna use up the last of this gold. Oh, some ender pearls, nice. So if we can get enough obsidian, and oh, we've got another red mushroom, nice, nice. If we can get enough obsidian and ender pearls from those guys, and then we find ourselves a fortress, we can make our own ender chest. We won't be able to pick it up because we don't have silk touch, but it'd be nice to have an ender chest nonetheless. So we're going to cook up these pork chops, and that's probably going to be the end of this first episode, because I feel like we've established ourselves. You know, we're comfortable now. We're ready to take on a bastion in the next episode, and we will hopefully encounter some better loot. That's what I'm hoping. So the tweaks that I've made to this the bastion loot is going to become evident in the next episode. But in the meantime, guys, if you did enjoy this, then of course, you know, smash the like and be sure to subscribe, because we're very close to 200. And of course, don't forget to check out the live streams over at Twitch every Thursday. So yeah, take care, guys. Bye for now.